Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk about all news, comics, and media related to the Transformers. On this episode, we're doing a spoiler review of Transformers issue number 9. Today is Friday, June 14th, 2024, and this is episode 394, Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that never leaves a man behind unless you're wearing a red shirt. I'm your host, Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team, Scott, the illustrious Dr. Pants.
I'm safe. I'm in blue. We're all good. Hi, everybody.
And Jeremy, is that red?
It's kind of a reddish purple. I think cue the I'm in danger Simpsons meme. Let's talk Transformers.
There it is. Right on. All right. And before we get into anything crazy here, we're going to talk about our promos and stuff because Charles isn't here and we haven't mentioned that this week. So yeah, he's still away. Charles, where are you? But we're gonna talk about our donatrons. We got a bunch of donatron stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do Patreon, donatrons, all that stuff. You want to become a Patreon of the Transmissions podcast? You get a bunch of perks. And one of those perks is We Like Big Bots. It is a show that Dr. Pants and I do. Both of us are here right now, which means, there's potential that more episodes are coming. There are currently 12, but there are possibly more to come because, you can see it. We're both live. So there is always possibilities of more that will, happen.
This is proof that both of you have the capability to record at this moment.
Yes, it is true. Yes.
Very true. Yes.
Yeah. So We Like Big Bots. There are 12 episodes. As we've said before, there are 2 more that have been recorded. I just got to get off my ass and do them. But if you want to talk about other bonuses, we have the Empire of Rust. And that is the live play RPG show that is run by Mike. And he has his merry band of misfits that do the show. And they do it on a weekly basis, and yeah, it's been going for 3 seasons now. I think he's into episode 100 and something or other.
It's in the doc.
So,
and
there it is. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, so this week you can hear the uncut version of the newest episode if you are a Donatreon. Episode 117, Powerful Living Rocks, is available. So that's just for our Donatreons. The regular version will be out on Monday, June 17th. So if you want to check that out, you can go to www.transmissionspodcast.com/rust.
also, it's bi-weekly. It's every other week, not weekly.
Oh, is it? I thought it was weekly. We're talking about it every damn week.
Yeah, 1 week is the Donatreon exclusive. Next week, that goes live for everybody.
I see. Okay. Next up, what do we got next, Jeremy?
On the screen, our comic.
I needed you to say something so I could open my pop.
You can't shock yourself.
I know. So, if you are still looking for a first print of the Transformers #1 comic by Skybound, we've got them. We've got a couple left. Not many, but if you want to get a copy, you can go to our website. That is transmissionspodcast.com/comic, and you can order it. It's $15 plus shipping and handling. And this comic, we're still selling it for less than market value because it's gone up to $30. So this comic is actually selling for $30 on the secondary market, but we're not doing that to you. So you can buy it for $15 from us. So anyway.
No one ever said we were good at business.
Mostly because we're just too lazy just to to try and match market value, because that's a lot of effort to kind of change prices all the time. Any hoozle, go there and get our comic if you want to have a first print. And lastly, you can save 15% at toyhax.com with the code this month. It is DADBOTS. And that is valid for the entire month of June. And it can be used with Robo Points, but cannot be combined with other discounts or promotions. So use the code DADBOTS when you're shopping at toyhax.com. Save 15%. And next week is when we're looking to do the draw on the toy show for the month of May. We're waiting for Charles to get back from his cruise. Well, I don't know. He's been gone a long time.
Is he stuck at sea? Is he also stuck at sea?
I think he is.
Damn it.
Just get lost. I don't.
I think he's going to Bermuda.
avoiding water.
Maybe get stuck in Bermuda Triangle.
I don't
we got to stop going out on boats.
I'm avoiding all water. I'm not even crossing bridges at this point.
Daryl, I just did a quick look. Sold listings on eBay. Our comic is now recently sold for $40.
What?
There are two recent sales that were $40 each.
See, everybody, you can buy it from us.
I gave a copy away.
From us.
I bought one and gave it away to a friend.
I sent it to Thu for nothing.
Yeah.
I paid $20 in postage to send it to him.
And like, we got buzz about that. Just people, stop buying crap on eBay.
You just got to buy it from us. It's $15. It's crazy. Anyway.
And sometimes, depending on who ships it out, you might get a sticker with it. I recently shipped one out and threw a sticker in.
Yeah, you never know.
Or maybe a dated business card.
Very much so. Yes, those are old business cards. Yes.
I got it.
Anyway, we are going to move along. We've got a review this week, so we are going to talk about Transformers number 9. It is full of spoilers. This book just came out this week, so if you are looking to not get spoiled, you're going to want to skip the review. But make sure you come back to it once you've read the book. But we've got other stuff to talk about after the review, so stick around. Let's go.
All right. As Daryl said, this is going to be spoiler filled. And this was some book. So let's get into this. Transformers number 9 by Skybound. Written by Daniel Warren Johnson. Art is by Jorge Corona. Colors by Mike Spicer. Letters by Russ Wooten. Editor is Ben Abernathy. The summary. The Autobots are flying over the Pacific Ocean to the Decepticons, unaware that Soundwave has managed to make contact with Shockwave on Cybertron. Shockwave and Soundwave are able to activate their space bridge to open a connection between the two planets just as the Autobots arrive. The space bridge beam hits Jetfire and blows off his wing. And then after the Autobots crash, the Constructicons immediately open fire on the intruders. The Autobots are scattered all over the area, and Cliffjumper has landed right next to the open space bridge portal just as Shockwave passes through. Shockwave transforms into his gun form, and Soundwave is about to fire him at Cliffjumper when Ratchet jumps in front of him and takes the blast instead. Optimus finally reaches the scene and kicks Shockwave out of Soundwave's hand. Transforming back to his robot form, Shockwave and Optimus face off. Optimus warns that he'll make Shockwave cry for mercy again, and Shockwave attacks. Elsewhere, Wheeljack, RC, and Carly are traveling back towards the dam to hopefully harvest some Energon. Carly and RC are discussing the nature of their new bond when they come under fire from the veterans that had been in the town previously. Carly's able to talk them down as they recognize her, and she convinces them that there are good and bad Cybertronians. In the hospital, Spike is getting some bad news from the doctor. His spine was hit when he got shot, but with everything that the doctor has seen lately, he's not ruling out a miracle. However, just as he says that, the hospital comes under attack from Astrotrain, who's looking for the one with tall hair named Spike. For some reason, his superiors have ordered him to retrieve Spike, and Astrotrain is willing to take out the entire hospital if that's what it takes. Spike rolls out in his wheelchair and volunteers himself to save the others, and Astrotrain takes off with them. Back on the Nemesis, the battle is raging, and Shockwave pile drives Optimus into the ground, then gloats that he's finally defeated the great Optimus Prime. While this happens on Cybertron, Elita 1 is still trying to make her escape with her rescued comrade as the Combaticons are closing in. They make their way to a glowing room and surprisingly emerge through the portal, and she bumps Shockwave just as he's about to deliver the killing blast to Optimus. Surprised at her new surroundings, the Combaticons begin to emerge as well. They begin to merge as she spots Optimus's ion blaster, and she takes out the portal, shutting it down as Brawl is halfway through, cutting him in half. Soundwave increases the pressure on Soundwave wants to follow Optimus. Soundwave increases the pressure on Optimus, and Elita urges him to retreat. Optimus wants to go after Cliffjumper, but he's unable to, and so he transforms to escape. Soundwave wants to follow, but Shockwave says that they need to focus on repairing, and then he spots Cliffjumper and Jazz. And then he thanks Primus for these gifts that he can experiment on. Flying towards the Nemesis, Astrotrain is explaining to Spike how he's going to be tortured when he's hit by some blasts that shut off his engines. Crashing into a nearby beach, his walls are torn open, and Beachcomber emerges through, and he lets Spike knows that he's being rescued. To be continued. So a lot happened in this book, and as I was reading it, I was thinking the book was longer than it was, just because there was just so much happening. Really enjoyed the battle stuff. That's been the fight scenes have been a highlight through this entire series. I like that they're kind of bringing the Cybertron stuff. I thought that was going to stretch on a lot longer than it was. So it's nice to see kind of Elita 1 coming into Earth. And I don't know, it just seems like the pacing in this book is just, everything's happening so fast. I'm curious as to see how this new status quo with Shockwave on the planet, Elita 1's on the planet, and who I'm guessing is Ultra Magnus is there with her. Megatron is still, who knows where on the planet. I mean, we know he's there somewhere. And then we have Spikes being rescued, like small progression in the Carly and Spike storylines, but this was just, it was fun, fast paced, lots of action, and the art was great. I really loved some of the sound effects from the colorist. I think we got a choom, which I haven't seen since IDW days, so always appreciate a good choom. So, Dr. Pants, what were your thoughts on this book?
Made me sad.
Yeah.
Jazz and Cliffjumper are left behind with Shockwave, and that's never good.
No.
Don't leave anyone alone with Shockwave. He is not a doctor, but he acts like one.
Yeah.
In the worst way. Hold on. I gotta compose my thoughts here for a second. Because I feel the same way you do, where it feels like the book is so much longer than it is. And it's not. It's just the pacing in here is fantastic. It's not even that it's too fast. It's they work so well with the amount of time they have, and things like happen. Every issue, something big happens, and it's fantastic. I love Shockwave as a villain, and I was curious to see how he was going to be here, and to see him just come through and be merciless, destroying people.
Yeah. I do feel like he was a little out of character. He was very logical at first, but then seemed to have more emotions towards the end. And I'm not sure how I like that.
It seemed that he had the emotion when it came to Optimus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had to do, it was with the ways. It wasn't until Optimus basically said, "Shall I make you cry for mercy a second time?" And it's almost like he pushed a button that made Shockwave like yell out, which was weird. But after he defeats Optimus, he kind of goes back because he's like, I'm going to experiment on these, or it's not logical to chase after them. We should stay here, repair our forces, blah, blah, blah. So I think it was just Optimus pushed him, which was interesting. That Optimus pushed him a certain spot. I actually got nervous for everyone when Onslaught says merge to form, and I'm like, oh god, we're gonna get Bruticus, everyone's gonna die. And then Alita blows the portal apart when Brawl is halfway through and severs him in half. And that was so cool, so well done. Everything's amazing. It's just, I'm really upset at Alita 1 because she has spent this entire run focused on saving one person who, again, I think it's Ultra Magnus. But the minute Prime says, I can't leave my men behind, she's like, screw your men, we're out. And I'm like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
So
that did seem odd.
Yeah, it's almost she immediately prioritized her stuff over his, and I didn't like that. And
I'm sure that's for a reason.
It is for a reason, I'm sure, and I think it's going to lead to some cool character interactions between her and Optimus because they always play it off that they're love interests and whatnot, but I want to see some conflict. I want to see some stuff happening there. I'm really worried to see what Shockwave does with Cliffjumper and Jazz. The Astro Train scene at the hospital was interesting. I liked his characterization of, I don't want to hurt you because you're lesser beings, but I will do what I have to make my mission complete.
But wasn't he in the last episode or in the last issue, like when he was found in the Nemesis and he was just going,
he wanted crazy. To find,
he wanted Megatron.
Yeah. And so it's I'm just curious to see where they characterize him going forward and what they do with him. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm not entirely sure what Astro Train's characterization is supposed to be in most things. Because we've had him in G1, sure, but I can't quite place where he's supposed to be characterization-wise. And then any other time we've gotten him, he has been a non-character almost, except I think Cyberverse. Cyberverse, he had some characterization. But this is interesting. I really like it. Even that phrase of, I understand your pain. Like, it's just really cool. And he's just like, I'm going to take you and you're going to be sacrificed. I'm sorry, but this is what I have to do. Did not expect Beachcomber. Did not see that coming. Of all the characters, did not expect Beachcomber to be the one to save Spike. And that just makes me go, who else is out there that we haven't seen yet? And who else is going to show up? And I'm just glad they gave Beachcomber that magnificent chin. I'm envious of that chin. But the whole issue is fantastic. I agree with you also about like the sound effects that we got the choom, and they always animate the transformation sounds, which is really cool. There was a thwump in there. I love a good thwump. But this has been an absolutely fantastic series. And if anybody's listening to this and you have not read it, read this book. It is really, really good. Every issue is an absolute banger. The art is fantastic. The writing is great. You're not going to be upset.
Yeah, definitely. Daryl, you have been pining for a Transformers book for a few weeks now. So here we go. What was your thought?
No G.I. Joe to be found at all. So I'm really happy about that. This was a really good story from start to finish. I enjoyed all the action, even when the book seemed to slow down a little. It was still traveling at a good clip. Like the part where what was it? Wheeljack and who was with Wheeljack? RC, yeah, and Carly where they're just going right. They're still like that scene is still going pretty fast, and they're still actually driving. In the scene, they're still driving very fast too. But that's still like actiony. Like they come up on a roadblock that's like, whoa, whoa, like slow down, like, I can kind of explain what's going on here. So there's the seeds of the militia getting kind of informed and, figuring out that there's two sides to these, giant robots.
Right.
So they're building on that, and so that'll kind of continue on in the next kind of couple issues. Like
Also, that scene is only one page.
Yeah.
IDW2, that would have been 3 or 4 pages,
or an issue,
or an issue,
or a whole issue. Yeah. The use of the like what Dr. Pants had said about the Cybertronian story kind of merging with the Earth story through the space bridge and stuff, I thought was very good. Now we don't have two different worlds where everything's all on one planet, and we can kind of move the story ahead. I too am also interested to find out who else is here, because presumably everybody was already accounted for because they were all on the ship. So who's been getting fixed, or who's been here already, and how did they get here? Where did Beachcomber come from? Another question I have now is Jetfire dead? Like, what happened? Like, I mean, you can see that he gets a wing blown off and then he crashes into the ground.
And he does not look well.
No, that crash image, he is busted up real bad. So is he now dead? Like, what happened to him? Because he's one of my favorite characters and I'd like to see him continue. That being said, this book is not, apologetic about killing off characters. So, Ratchet is not in good shape. He may be dead. And we don't know what's happening with Cliffjumper and Jazz. So some, and it's not looking good for our heroes here.
Yeah. Ratchet has a hole in his chest, like a big one.
Oh yeah. So, I'm a big fan, and I've talked about it a number of times on the show when we've kind of, loosely pitched our own movies. And that my first movie of a trilogy, because they're going to make a trilogy out of Transformers if they were to reboot it. My first movie out of a trilogy would be that the Autobots lose, and that no, make no secret of this, has been my idea for like a long time, but in this particular issue, the Autobots are getting their asses handed to them, and this is exactly like, we all know that they're going to end up the winners. This is just, the hero always wins, but they need to get their asses kicked at some point. And you can definitely see that that's what's happening here. And nobody likes a character or a team that always wins, right? So yeah, it's a good issue, or it's good storytelling when the heroes, get served some humble pie a bit. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Again, they're doing a really good job of keeping this character that's all messed up secret. So, yeah, I'm interested. I'm very curious at this point to finding out who this is. So, yeah, but all in all, I really like this issue. Again, I'll harp on it every single week that we read a Transformers book. The insignias stand out like a sore thumb. There's a couple of them though, like that one big splash page where RC comes through the space bridge and bumps into Shockwave. The insignia on Prime's arm, it looks fine. It looks good.
There's some of them.
The one on her chest is terrible.
Well, there's some of them that do look less stamped than others.
Yeah, I mean,
like if you look at Beachcomber, that one also kind of looks.
Yeah, Beachcombers looks terrible, but the one I'm talking about, that one on the where RC is, it's a very large image. She comes through this space bridge.
Alita one.
Oh, sorry, the Alita one. Sorry, she bumps into Shockwave. The insignia on her chest is a stamp, and you can tell because it stands out. But the insignia on Prime's arm, because he's on the ground, is not, and it looks great. So they can do this. They can make them look good.
Maybe the artist is just getting more comfortable with it and easing in.
I have a feeling it's the size. It's because the images, it's the size of the insignia. They felt that they could do it. So I don't know. But either way, I'd like them to do them more, make them integrate them into the art more, because it really takes me out when I have to see these things like this. Anyway, enough harping on that. I enjoyed the issue. I thought it was great. And I'm really looking forward to issue 10.
Nice. You just have
not looking forward to anything else in between though.
I was gonna say you have to make your way through some other Energon Universe stuff before you earn the right to read number 10. Making you work for it.
How are you going to know what all's going on in the universe if you don't read Destro?
I'll read it because I have to. I'm not going to like it.
We know.
All right.
We know.
Well, that is our comic review, and looking forward to more of this. This series has been great.
All right, I'm hosting. All right, well, we're not going to just do a comic review. We're going to do some media news. So let's move on to media news. All right, and we're going to start off the media news segment by talking about a Transformers crossover with some shirts. So I don't know how do you pronounce this name of this company? RSVLTS
results.
That's what I would guess.
I think it's
results. Whatever, doesn't matter. They make clothing, and they have a nice selection of Transformers merchandise here that you can get just because of the 40th anniversary of the franchise. And so you can go to the site that's being listed here, and you can probably purchase some stuff. Jeremy's got some images up on the screen here. So if you're watching the video, this one here is a Last Stand of the Wreckers shirt. So if you're a fan of that, you can get a really sweet ass Last Stand of the Wreckers shirt. It's a button down.
It looks like the cover of the trade paperback.
Yeah. There's a couple of them here. There's a nice Optimus and Megatron. There's a Optimus tattoo looking thing, a Grimlock one. Yeah. So there's a bunch. There's a bunch of nice shirts here.
If I were to get them the Wreckers one, and then this one here with like Grimlock hiding inside the jungle foliage. It just looks like you think it's like a Hawaiian shirt, and then you see Grimlock all in it.
Just for those who don't know, though, Results have done crossovers like this before. Their shirts are a bit pricey.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Gotcha. Right on. All right. Next up, the score from Rise of the Beast is being released. So if you were a fan of the music in Transformers Rise of the Beast, you can purchase it as a score. That is a 26 track score that was previously released. But this is now an 8-track score. So this is from
this adds 8 unreleased tracks to it.
Oh, it's adding more. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. I thought it was just 8. All right. So this is already out. It came out on June the 7th. But this is from friend of the show, Jeanique Bontemps, who we interviewed a long time ago now. So this is adding 8 tracks, and you can check it out. It's being released digitally, or has been released digitally, so you can find it on Amazon Music, Apple Music, or Spotify. So that's very cool. And the last thing for me is that, and this is old news by now because everyone's talking about it online, but the second season of Transformers Earthspark was released this past week. So you can check that out on Paramount Plus. or your favorite pirating site. So yeah, if you don't have Paramount Plus, you can find it on by other means.
I will say, looking at this, whoever made this image, the kids' heads are not proportional to their bodies, and it's bugging me.
It's freaking me out, man.
The kids' heads are too big, and like the lighting and stuff. It's like they took a picture of the kids from an outdoor scene and pasted it into whatever is going on here, and it just does not look right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, and you know, I might get a little flack for this. I have never actually liked the art direction for Earthspark. Something has always felt off about it, particularly in the proportions, and it bothers me. I think the only character who I've actually liked what they did with was Tarantulas, but that was because they kind of kept it to the Transmetal version, and I thought it looked good. But this just seems like typical Earthspark stuff, and I like the story, I like the writing, I like the characters, but the proportions have always been weird.
Cool.
Optimus's face is too long.
Yeah.
I think Bumblebee's alt mode is kick ass. I think
yeah.
They made a really good toy of that. I'd probably buy one.
I agree that yes, Bumblebee got a really, really good alt mode. I wish there were better toys for this whole series.
Yeah. Right on. Well, Dr. Pants, you got some stuff.
I do. We're going to talk about some Transformers 1 stuff. First up, we have the work on Transformers 1 is set to wrap up in July. So an entry by Paramount Animation was made with the United States Copyright Office, and it seems to indicate that the whole movie is set to wrap up in July of 2024. So there we go. When does the movie release? I forget.
In September, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's still planned to release in September. So, I mean, we expect it to wrap up, but so there you go. They should be all done with that. Hopefully by the end of that, then maybe we'll see a new trailer come out or some new footage or something once it's all done. Going along with that, we have some Transformers 1 statues that are on display at Annecy Festival of Animation. So this is in France, and we get statues of Orion Pax, Elita 1, Bumblebee, and Megatron, who is it D128 or something?
D16.
D16.
Okay. You don't know your Japanese toys. Go on.
What?
That's the number he had in the original G1 line in Japan.
Oh.
Destron 16.
Oh, and it's B127 and Destron 16. Oh, yeah.
The B127 was from the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, it was.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I mean, the statues are cool and look like, you know, the models popped off the screen, but they're giving me a weird uncanny valley kind of thing. And maybe that's not the right term, but like it's seeing them in real life is weird.
Yeah.
They're very faithful to the designs, which I think the designs are cool, but man, oh man, in real life, it's just kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. It looks like they're probably about, you know, maybe 7-8 feet tall and really well designed. It looks like it's also all the characters before they get their transformation cogs or whatever they're going to call it in the movie. So it looks like they're pre-transformed forms.
Yeah. They are with the guy that created the statue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how tall he is, but I would imagine,
I would imagine the statues then are probably close to like 8 feet-ish.
Yeah.
7-8 feet tall. So cool. And hey, more statues then, because in Hasbro City, Mexico, I did not know Hasbro had its own city. Now this is of course, just a big Hasbro place in Mexico. This is in Paseo Entre Olmos Mall in Mexico City. They've put up some new Transformer statues, Cyberverse Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. The Bumblebee one is 10 meters tall and Optimus Prime is 5 meters tall, which makes me a little disappointed that Bumblebee is bigger than Optimus Prime. But whatever. And of course, then there's some new exclusive merchandise, official exclusive merchandise there, including patches and magnets and whatnot. But this is all down there. So if you happen to be in Mexico City, head to Hasbro City and check out the statues, get some cool pictures, and pick up some cool merchandise. I'm actually digging this poster they have at the end here. It's like the Vitruvian Prime. I like that. I like that. That's really cool. But that looks like that is it for media news.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for that. And with that being said, we're going to move on to convention news.
All right, we just have one thing here. This is for TFNation, which is going to be August 9th through 11th. And they've announced that Rebecca Nalty is going to be there, or she's going to be going to the show. She was the artist, or I guess she was a colorist on Last Spot Standing and Wreckers Tread and Circuits. And then she's done a bunch of other work for IDW. So check her out. I remember those last two series were, I mean, the art was really good. Especially Last Spot Standing, but you know, that was a good series. So if you're gonna be going to TFNation, be sure to check out her table or her booth, and I'm sure she'll be signing stuff. And I don't know if I've ever seen any other shows that she's been to, so maybe this, I don't know if this is her first Transformers convention or not, but hopefully we get more of these artists that haven't made the circuit, and we can, you know, meet more. So anyway, that is all we got for convention news.
All right. Yeah, we got to figure out how we get Daniel Warren Johnson to a convention.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have made it to the end of the show, and at the end of every episode, we like to thank our Masterpiece Donatreons who do a lot of heavy lifting for us. They help us out a lot every single week. So with that, thank you to John 4X Levengood, Demon Tech 82, and Steve C. Thank you very much, guys. You don't know how much it means to us to know that you are in our corner every single episode. So thanks a lot for helping out. And yeah. And that's going to bring us to the absolute end of the show. And Dr. Pants, thanks for hanging out with Jeremy and I. I understand it. You are on vacation now. So maybe you want to edit some things?
I believe I offered to edit some things.
That was not the question you're expecting.
I wasn't sure what it was. Listen, I don't know what to expect on this show most of the time. So
I know. We'll talk and see. Like I said, a folder was made. So you know, we're gonna get some stuff done. But yeah, we should talk and maybe do some more episodes so that we can let them linger in my computer for longer.
We should do a special episode when we go to TFCon.
You said that last year too.
I know. It just the weekend goes by so fast, and then you realize you didn't do anything. Yeah.
I mean, I filmed stuff. Nothing happened with it.
Put it in your calendar.
Yes.
But before we go, do you want to promote anything? You got anything coming up? Any cool things on Nerdstrodamus?
Listen, there's about 10 episodes of Nerdstrodamus that are in a folder somewhere that need to be edited. Haven't come out yet.
There you go.
But listen, if you want to see more of me and my friends doing dumb video game nerdy things, please go check out Nerdstrodamus. We are on all these social media platforms, except for like the newer ones like Kara and Blue Sky and Mastodon. We haven't broken out into there yet. But there's a link tree posted right below my name if you're watching this, and it's in the show notes. Go check us out. We're mostly on YouTube, and we've got a lot of fun stuff. There's about, how long have we been doing this? There's like 8 years worth of stuff there. Go watch it.
Nice.
We'll have new stuff out eventually. I hope.
Cool. And it's Kara. So just you know, that's how it's pronounced. Jeremy, thanks for being here and not leaving like Charles.
Not stuck at sea.
I can't. Is that his name? I don't even remember. He's been gone so long.
Wait, because you know I'm going to be out in July for a couple weeks.
Me too.
Wait, what?
Yeah. be ready in July there, Dr. Pants.
I'm gone every weekend in July.
Ooh. Somehow you're going to make it onto a transmission show.
I mean, there's probably at least one I can do.
No, I'm saying you've already recorded it.
That's right.
Yeah, thankfully we have the week of TFCon. We've already got one show in the can, thanks to the B team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was on that episode. I forgot about that. I forgot I recorded that. Oh my God. God, that was a while ago. I mean, no, we recorded that recently.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get out of here. But thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.